Hey man, welcome back. Here I am, Memphis Jones. I'm excited to be with you for day 2, the Memphis Soul Prize. Yesterday we talked about perspective, and I hope you had a great time exploring that. Today we're going to talk about rhythm. Rhythm is an amazing idea, it's an amazing concept, and it really is a whole lot broader than you think it is. The word rhythm makes you think of a beat, like when you're listening to a song, whether it's slow or whether it's fast, but there's a lot of finesse in there. There's lots of ways that you could change rhythm so that even if it might be a fast song, there's 1,000 ways to be fast. And if it's a slow song, there's 1,000 ways to be slow. Think about your own life, your own neighborhood. Have you ever been on a trip to downtown Memphis, Tennessee? Things might be a certain way. There's a certain tempo. You know where your friends live. You know where your parents are. You expect the cars to come at this time. You get up and go at that time. But when you come downtown, there's a hustle and a bustle. If you've ever been to the Forum, if you've seen a Grizzlies game or a concert, or if you're on Beale Street or you're going to a great restaurant on Main Street, the trolleys are coming and people are honking their horns, and there's people going on carriages, there's other people walking kids, or people walking together holding hands. Tempo is all of that. Rhythm is all of that. And the way that you can express it in a poem or in a song or even in a painting is the activity that you put in it. What is the heartbeat of the thing that you're creating? As the creator, you get to decide. So let's just talk about rhythm and show a couple of examples. Rhythm, in fact, one of the greatest examples I can think of as far as Memphis music goes, one of my favorites and easily one of the most popular of all Memphis musicians, a fellow named John Cash. He's not from Memphis, Tennessee, and truth be told, none of them are. Nobody is from Memphis, Tennessee. The truth of the matter is, every single one of these people that makes Memphis, Tennessee famous, like B.B. King and Elvis and all the rest, they came to Memphis. I was born in Memphis. Maybe you were too. John Cash comes from Dyess, Arkansas. Just as a fun fact, the 3 people who actually were born in the city of Memphis, Tennessee: Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's daughter, born in Memphis; Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, born in Memphis; and Morgan Freeman, the best narrator of all time, born in Memphis, Tennessee. Everybody else comes to Memphis, just like John Cash. He came to Memphis, Tennessee after he was living up in Michigan. He went up to Michigan after being in the Air Force, stationed over in Germany, but he was born in a tiny little town. He had a dad that was a sharecropper in Dyess, Arkansas, which had an amazing story itself. The government bought up a bunch of land and parceled it off and offered it to the poorest families in the county. Said, you get 1 year, here's your house. If you can turn a profit on crops or livestock, you get to keep your house. And his dad worked so hard that by the end of the year, they had 2 houses. John Cash was in love with the rhythms around him. He saw what was happening out in the fields. He saw what was happening in the schools. And that's what came out as he finally found a guitar. When he was over in Germany, he bought a guitar for the first time and learned a couple of chords. This is a chord called E major. If that means anything to you, great. If not, I'm just letting you know that's E major. Here's another chord, A major. A major is just another chord. Whether it means anything to you, I don't know. And here's B7. He learned those 3 chords, and John Cash created a legacy out of those 3 chords. You don't have to be the most fluent person in the world. All you've got to do is be able to tell your own story. John Cash had this great story in a song called Get a Rhythm. Get a rhythm. When you get the blues, come on and get a rhythm. When you get the blues, get a rock and roll feeling, make you feel so fine. Shake all the trouble from your worried mind. Get a rhythm. When you get the blues. See, you feel that? It's like a train moving by. He said he was so inspired by the sound of train engines. A little shoe-shine boy never gets slowed down, but he's got the dirtiest job in town. Bending low at the people's feet on a windy corner of a dirty street. Asked him once while he shined my shoes how to keep from getting them low-down blues. Grinned as he raised his little head, popped his shoe-shine rag, then he said, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, come on and get a rhythm. When you get the blues, a rock and roll feeling down in your bones, put taps on your toes, get gone, get a rhythm. When you get the blues. That is an amazing rhythm just in the guitar itself. I told you John Cash only had 3 chords. He was not the best guitar player on the block, I promise you. And that's not an insult, because what he had, he did his best with, and that's what counts. Sometimes John Cash would stick a a dollar bill in the strings of his guitar, so that all he had to do was this, and it created that chugga chugga rhythm that he became famous for. He had two friends that he played music with, a guy named Marshall Grant that he talked into buying a big upright bass. They called it a doghouse bass because the thing was so big. And he had a friend that played guitar, this fellow named Luther Perkins, who was not the best guitar player among the three of them, and he got stuck playing the electric guitar. But these were guys that had a plan, they had a vision. They just wanted to take lyrics, and they wanted to take rhythm, and they wanted to make music with it. Here's the magical thing about every song that John Cash ever did. The chords are the same. I mean, for years, that's all they could do, but the rhythm in the words, the way that he expressed himself, whether he wanted to line up a bunch of syllables so that it came at you like a machine gun, or whether he wanted to slow things down. In fact, just as an example, before we continue, let me show you something. He had a song called Folsom Prison Blues. I'm gonna play the exact same thing on the guitar, but listen to this. The rhythm in these words. I hear the train a-comin', rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on, and that train keeps rolling on down to San Antone. Because you feel the difference? He made you wait. He would say something and then he'd let the music live for a minute, and then he'd say something else. The first song, Get a Rhythm, is nothing but activity and excitement, the hustle bustle of a windy city street. He took the atmosphere of that song and created the rhythm in his words. But in this other song, Folsom Prison Blues, which arguably is his most famous song, he let time go by. Just like in the song, he's lonely, and he's alone, and he's lonesome, and he's letting time go by. The way that you express yourself with rhythm makes a difference in the way that it's received in the heart of the person who's reading your poem or listening to your song. What you create has a heartbeat, and you get to choose it. You get to decide it. So you guys get busy thinking about the way that you want to talk about Memphis, Tennessee, the things that you've seen and the things that you think. There's an amazing future ahead of you in this great city, and we can't wait to find out the way that you see us. So you guys get busy, and I'm going to hang around with you guys here. I'll see you tomorrow for the Memphis Soul Prize. Till then, I'm Memphis Jones. I love you guys.